Good morning. Hi guys, I'm coming to you bright and early to come to you with a kind of like an unbagging of sorts. You may be watching this at like 10 o'clock at night, but it's super bright early in the morning for me because I wanted to get a jump start. I'm coming to you with some information from Yummy Extensions. So I have worn Yummy Extensions in the past. I wore them last year for my birthday and just recently this past April when I went to Dubai. And I wore the deep curly. I had 3 bundles and a closure, and I purchased it on my own. That was my first time getting that type of curly hair, and I really liked it. So recently, Yummy reached out to me and they asked me to do a review because I never did a review before. So here comes in 3 bags. It comes in these nice satin bags. I have 3 bundles. I have a 12 to 14 and 14 and 2 14 to 16. So 1 12 to 14, 2 14 and 16s. The hair comes in each little bag with a little business card. And on the back side of the card, it has DC, which is deep curly, which is what I have, and 12 to 14, which is the length because the lengths come in ranges, and then all the information for Yummy. Their website, their Instagram, Twitter, all that, email. In the box, you also get a nice letter that shows you how to care for this. So I have hair care tips for Yummy deep or loose curly, and it tells you what to expect when you open it, pre-installation, installation, maintenance, bedtime and daily care, and product recommendations. But this is the hair right out of the bag. It's really pretty. This is all 3 bundles. I have like some red strands in there from the bag, but it's really pretty. It comes in a natural black. This is deep curly, and you can see that it's not jet black. It is a natural black because without the sunlight shining on it, it looks darker, but in this lighting you can see that it has some brown, nice brown undertones, which is, I like that it has a more natural look, a little brown look. And I may lighten it, I may not, I haven't decided yet. You know, it depends. But this hair is super soft. You can see that it has a nice luster. It has beautiful ringlets. They're not too tight and they're not too loose. It's really nice. I don't have a closure. In the past I did use a closure, but this is also good for naturals who aren't necessarily looking for a kinky curly extension, but maybe something a little looser. This would be cool if you're trying to blend it with your natural hair, and your curl pattern is tighter than this, or your curl pattern is looser than this, and you want to match it. What you can do is simply add perm rods. If you have a leave out, and that will make it blend. You just have a little bit of leave out in the front, just on the top, and you just use small perm rods. And I have tutorials on perm rods. So if you want to see, you know, what kind of technique to use, you can definitely check out my Shirley Temple video. Is a good example of what kind of curl this would be. So I'm going to install this on my unit, and I'll be back to let you guys see what the final product looks like. Hey guys, so I'm back, and this is the Yummy Extensions, the deep curly. I did install it on a dome cap, and this is a completely new, something different for me. If you see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at myself in the monitor because I want to make sure you guys can see everything. But this is a completely new style to me, and it's taking a little getting used to. I can't say that I'm in love with it yet. And I guess that's because you wouldn't be able to tell, because I have a fat face, but I have a small face too. Like my forehead, and you can see like where I have the dome cap at, I actually have to push the wig back just a little bit, because if I push the wig fully forward, it's like in my face. And that's because my forehead is really tiny. Like, you know, like most people can go like this and you can still see their eyebrows, and like from their hairline, not me. I have like a 3 head. So bangs has always been like something kind of tricky for me, but and even though I have bangs, like my natural hair is cut into bangs, it works. But doing bangs on any other style, straight hair, curly hair, when I do it, when it's not my hair, it's always like, okay, Gotta get used to this, you know? And the hair frames my face. So because it's like it is a lot in my face. So it's kind of taking some getting used to, and the curl pattern's different. I usually go with a kinky curly, and if it's a looser curl, it's usually longer. So to have, you know, like a cut that's kind of almost like my natural cut, but it's not my hair, like it's not the same texture of my hair. It's a little weird, but I'm getting used to it. It's growing on me, like I like it. My boyfriend doesn't like it, but that's his business. I don't care. Anyway, so what I did, I used the Dark and Lovely Golden Bronze 379. So this is what I used to lighten the tips, and you'll see I'll put a video up to show you what it looked like initially. But when I first did it, when I first put it on, it was longer, so I've cut it, I've shaped it to fit my face, and I'm still doing a little trimming and cutting and trying to, you know, make it my own. And it was darker. So dark hair is not something that I typically wear. The only time I've worn dark hair was the first time when I wore these Yummy, the Yummy extensions, and it took me so long to get used to. Oh my gosh, for like 3 days I was sitting there like, oh my god, I don't like it, it's so dark, oh my gosh. Because my natural hair is kind of like this color at the ends. So it took a lot for me to get used to, but here I am. So I use this at the end, but I think I want to go in a little bit more, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when I go in with this, again, on the tips. And I only did it on the tips because, like, my natural hair, I'm trying to kind of mimic my natural hair in a way. My natural hair only has color at the ends, and I really, really love how that looks on curly hair. So I'm going to try and do the same thing, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. The length was much longer, so I did cut it. I cut it all around to frame my face. I cut the length. You can see now the length is here, but it was longer. It was like down here. So I cut that because I wanted a short, you know, like I wanted like a bob. I wanted something short and cool. I'll tell you how I installed the unit on the dome cap. I did a circle on the dome cap, so I used the dome cap, and I put the tracks around in a circle, and then once I got to about the top, I wanted there to be some fullness at the top, aside from what I cut. So I started layering the tracks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I did that to the front. I did that going forward, and then I spun it around, and I did it going backwards, so I would have some fullness right here in the bang. I didn't want it to be limp. And then I did something called the checkerboard method. Now I found this on YouTube, and it was another blog. I put her handle below, but I found it's escaping me. I found her method. It's called the checkerboard method. So I didn't do the entire method, but what she does is after she installs, you know, going back and forth or whatever method she does, she takes the track, and if the tracks are going horizontally, she'll do a few going back and forth vertically. And I thought that was awesome because it gives you some fullness on the side, which is what you know, sometimes it's hard to achieve with a shorter cut without having to cut it. So I cut mine kind of into layers so I can get that, but I also did one track on either side using the checkerboard method. And it really does work. I was apprehensive. I was like, Lord, please let this come out right, because I do not want this to come out crazy and I have to take it out. It's just, I didn't feel like it. It came out good. So kudos to her. I am going to put her information in the info box because you guys should check her out. I don't know her, but girl, thank you. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get to how I am going to dye this. All right. So it comes with the cream developer, the deep conditioner, the fade resistant rich conditioning hair color, and instructions. And again, this is the golden bronze. It's number 379. It's from Dark and Lovely Show, and it's soft sheen Carson, fade resistant. So I have my instructions. I'm just gonna get my gloves. Now, I already did this a few hours ago. The only reason I'm going in with it again is because I want the color, I want a brighter color around my face. So I'm going to pour the color into the developer. Make sure you take the little twisty thing off, because if you don't, the bottle could explode. After you've done that, shake it up real good. Put some on my fingertips. So because the tips already have, look at Rick James, because the tips already have color and I'm going over with the same color, it's just gonna brighten it up. And make sure you saturate it really, really good. Alright, so after I've applied it around where I want the color to be, I'm gonna get my mannequin head, because I'm not leaving this thing on my head for 30 minutes. And I'm going to place my wig on my mannequin head. Like so. I'm going to let that sit for 25, 30, 35 minutes. I'm going to watch the color as it changes, kind of keep an eye on it. The first time I let it sit for 35 minutes, and to see like the maximum lift, and didn't lift as much because the hair is really dark. So I'm gonna, because the hair is a little lighter, I'm gonna pay attention to it more. I may only need to do 25 minutes, but we'll see. The reason why I set the hair, I dyed the hair on my head was so that I can specifically frame my face, because when I did it on the mannequin head, I was just all over. I really wasn't paying attention, and that was because I didn't really care. I just wanted it to be lighter on the ends. Now I'm really going in for a specific look that fits my face, that frames my face, and how it sits on my face, on my head, is not how it sits on the mannequin. You understand? So that's why I decided to actually color the hair on my face. Alright, so I'm gonna wait, see what happens, let it sit and process, and I will be back. Okay, dolls, so I'm back, and this is the final result. It's really subtle because it was a bronzy golden color, a golden bronze color. So it wasn't supposed to be like boom in your face blonde, you know? But it did obviously add some more dimension around my face, which is what I was looking for. Initially, when I first dyed the bangs, I didn't feel like I really saw much of a lift. So that's why I went in and I did more like a framing around my face. And I like it. It's subtle, but it does the job. It's brighter in the front, definitely lifted more in the bangs, which is what I wanted. And that's it. I hope you guys like it. I'm loving it. Like, I'm staring at myself in the monitor and I really like it. It's still going to take some getting used to. I have to play with it more. Right now it's like kind of, I wouldn't say that it's wet, but it's still not like 100% dry. So I'm fluffing it. I'm doing a lot of teasing, a lot of fluffing, just to kind of get it to be really big and wild like I like my hair. But other than that, like, I love the curl. I'm always in love with this curl pattern from Yummy. I did have it before, so I love it. It's different on how I dye and frame around my face. If you have any questions, suggestions, let me know. Thank you for watching. Mwah. Bye.